Carol Challoner and Bobby Darrow were kindergarten teachers when they first had the idea of opening Benchmark School. I'm sure they had misgivings about what other people would think of their idea. I'm sure there were many people who told them that leaving stable jobs and opening a school on their own was a crazy idea. But they didn't listen. They protected their idea. They fed their idea, and in 1998, their idea took flight and burst forth into the world. The mission statement for Benchmark School is to strive to produce students that are entrepreneurial in spirit, accomplished critical thinkers, and skilled problem solvers. Many parents shared this vision, and Benchmark began to thrive. It filled to a population of over 500 students who worked together in hands-on, interactive learning environments under a team of 2 teachers in each classroom. In 2007, the principals had another idea for their school. They envisioned a large science lab where children could interact with animals, conduct experiments that were too large for the classroom, and add supplemental science lessons to the regular classroom curriculum. Opening the science lab required pulling together significant sources for funding, partnerships with the community, donations of time, materials, animals, and habitats. Today, the science lab is flourishing. The children come every week to explore lessons that reinforce the scientific method. They learn scientific concepts above and beyond the elementary curriculum so they can be comfortable with science as a language that they can carry forward into their middle and high school learning. We developed a 3-year rotating curriculum to help the children deepen their understanding of each topic as they progress through the grade levels. Finally, the science lab is an ungraded environment, allowing the children to experiment free from the worries of academic pressure. It is our hope that each week, students of every skill level can walk out of the science lab with a feeling that science is fun and applies to their daily lives. Science lab clubs like Animal Club and Mindstorm Robotics help extend the fun even further in after-school programs and summer camps. In recent years, the science teachers, Mrs. Reinfelder and Mr. Kyle, began to return from conferences with excitement about the community movement to bring STEAM learning into elementary schools. STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. As they learned about this fascinating movement, they realized Benchmark already had nearly all the working parts in place. We already have a fabulous program in the science lab, the computer lab, the art studio, and a robust math program. What we felt we were missing was a place where children could learn what to do with their ideas, a place where they could take their idea and bring it to life in the real world. We discovered that what we wanted for Benchmark School was a space children could develop their ideas through the engineering design process. This was the point that Mrs. Reinfelder and Mr. Kyle realized it was time to share their ideas with Mrs. Darrow and Mrs. Challoner. The principals were very excited about their idea and allowed Mrs. Reinfelder to bring Mrs. Krause onto the staff to begin researching and developing the idea. We all attended some workshops together and decided that the next steps we wanted to take to keep benchmark education above and beyond the expectations of regular elementary school education was to create a makerspace.
Hi, I'm Chris Krause, and I'm excited to join the Benchmark team. A makerspace is a place where students explore real-world problems, bringing their own solutions to life. We envision the Benchmark Makerspace to be one where the children can nurture their ideas in an environment where they have a variety of materials and the freedom to research and explore without the pressure of grades. We celebrate failure because when we fail, we pick ourselves up and try again, gaining valuable knowledge and experience along the way. Students will work in small groups where they explore their own strengths and talents and learn to appreciate the skills of others. The ability to work in teams is a very important life skill, and in these groups, students learn to overcome communication difficulties and conflict productively. The physical environment is very powerful in inspiring creativity and innovation in students. I envision our space to include several different areas, including storage for orderly placement of a variety of different tools and materials, pegboard and bins that make supplies accessible and organized, lots of whiteboard space and a Lego wall for vision boarding, brainstorming, designing, and prototyping. These designs can then come to life using a 3D printer designed specifically for children ages 4 to 12. Enough computers for group coding and technology projects, and an area for examining and potentially reverse engineering old appliances and technology. An area with accessible art supplies to inspire creative design. Creativity and aesthetics, in addition to the technical specifications, are all components of a successful project. And last but not least, technology. Computers will be used for researching ideas, creating technological solutions, and communicating results. We'll learn how to conduct a useful, appropriate, and safe internet search, as well as use of spreadsheets and presentation software, and perhaps even video production as part of the invention process. We'll start out using the computers we already have, with the idea that in the future, we'll need to update to newer technology to accommodate more devices such as tablets, 3D printers, and laser cutters. We also could potentially work with tools such as Tinkercad, an open source 3D print design software, Makey Makey, a controller that allows students to connect everyday objects to a computer, Littlebits, which use an open source library of snap together modular electronics for prototyping and learning, and Raspberry Pi, a small single board computer and sensor kit that can be built to execute a variety of different functions. We want to do this right, to create a sustainable STEAM program that continues as a permanent part of the Benchmark identity. We are specifically looking for community partners, grant opportunities, and tax-deductible gifts. Do you know any company or philanthropist who would be willing to partner with us? Do you have any connections? I will be applying for grant money, which is available from a variety of different sources. However, we must show that we are willing to commit and fund part of the program in order to receive any funding from grantors. We also will be looking for supplies, things such as tape, glue, tools, storage containers, step stools, 3D printer filament, and pegboard. Do you have anything you don't use and is just taking up space? I'll be looking into purchasing some project kits such as Littlebits and Makey Makey, a 3D printer, tablets, and other items as well. One way to make a simple donation is on DonorsChoose.org, where I will be putting requests out to the greater internet community. Go to www.DonorsChoose.org and search on Benchmark School to find my open requests. I'm grateful to be here at Benchmark with a fantastic team of teachers, staff, and administrators. I'm very impressed with the student body, and I love the involvement of the parents in this community. With your help, I hope to inspire our students to be entrepreneurial in spirit, accomplished critical thinkers, and skilled problem solvers.